We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things those Chinese peasants manufacture.
Can you hear that? We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things that Chinese peasants manufacture. And I hope if you couldn't hear it, that's exactly what he says. But this is, and what I wrote is, there go those great Republican deal makers again, while their serial bankrupt, tax cheat, and standard bearer starts a ridiculous and unnecessary trade war with the world. His Butterfingers VP, and I'm sure you saw him dropping the football trophy. His Butterfingers VP hurls insults at a civilization that has existed in grandeur while his ancestors were still figuring out how to properly ferment moonshine. And that's the thing. It's so insulting to the Chinese people are proud people. I mean, they've been around for 5,000 freaking years. Well, we're not even 250 years old. And look at us. Look at how far we've fallen. And I'm not saying that the Chinese are wonderful and everything is great in China, but they surpass us in so many ways. And when I was researching this article, and that's why I wrote about it too, because it really did make me want to weep for this country. Yeah, I got to do this. I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Fucking shit's not working. I'm frozen like Madonna. When your heart's not open, you're frozen. So on Fox News, the network that makes its viewers less informed than those who watch no news at all, Vance sneered, "We borrow money from Chinese peasants to buy the things that Chinese peasants manufacture." Predictably, China didn't take kindly to being called peasants, especially given that the Americans are the backwards ass idiots who chug along in 1950s infrastructure, while the Chinese speeds from province to province in bullet trains. So, China they're not peasants, okay? They're a rapidly growing middle class. In fact, there's more Chinese citizens. I mean, there's over 1 billion Chinese. So you really don't want to fuck with them. You're fighting a losing battle with the Chinese, and they also play the long games. And the only thing, you don't want to start off. You don't start off by insulting people. They created this needless trade war, this unnecessary tanking of the world economy, and then they act like they are doing everybody a favor by what? Insulting them? Right? And that's just not how you start negotiations. I don't know about you, but whenever you want to get something from somebody, if you have, it doesn't matter what it might be, you have an exchange of whatever it might be, ideas, or, you could do this for me, I'll do that for you. You don't start off by insulting people. And especially when you're totally in the wrong. This is what I can't stand about these filthy Republicans. It's clear that J.D. Vance thinks, or maybe he has the Chinese people confused with the Republicans, who fold fall to their knees at the first syllable of an insult, of a juvenile taunt, right? These fuckers they get so cowed. It's the fact that the Vice President of the United States calls the Chinese people peasants, it's so indicative of how ignorant he is. And that's what it doesn't say. It doesn't insult the Chinese people. It simply, he insults himself, really, and the American people. And I have to say, I feel bad. I mean, because You know, these fuckers are dragging us down. They are embarrassing us all over the world. They are turning the entire world against us, including America's democracy-loathing dictators who hate us. You think Putin has our best interests at heart? Not only do these baboons have our allies against us, of course they've made it so our allies are joining our enemies in hating us. Who's for us? The maggots? The 31% of idiots who came out of the 60% of dumbass Americans that came out on election day? Not the dumbasses, not the 60. I mean, you know what I'm saying. 31% of the 60% of the voting population that came out on election day gave us these monsters.